What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Screenheads TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, I'm going to give my review of Better Call Saul Season 1, so I'm going to try and touch on the whole first season and give you my opinions on it. Now, like any show I love, I do this with all shows I love. When a new season is coming out, I like to rewatch as many past seasons as I can. Now that I'm doing YouTube, I enjoy talking to you guys about this stuff. I figured I'll review them as well. So even though they're a little older, these two seasons, I'm going to review them anyway. Now, there will be spoilers ahead for Breaking Bad, definitely for Breaking Bad. And I'm going to try and stay away from spoilers on Better Call Saul Season 1 and 2. Okay? This video is just about Season 1, though. So Better Call Saul is similar, very similar in tone to Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was way more drama with a little bit of comedy. This one is kind of equal comedy and drama. There's a lot of parts that will make you laugh out loud. I think I laugh every episode, at least once. But it's not a silly, goofy show. It's not a comedy. It is a drama with comedy elements in it. Let me say that first off. I also want to say it's a slow burn. Breaking Bad was a slow burn too. A lot of people didn't get gripped by Breaking Bad right away. I did, but a lot of other people didn't. This is like that. It takes a couple of episodes to really get going. This is a slow burn show, and it's not full of action and drugs and violence. That stuff is in it slightly. It's more a thinky show. It's more about people, instead of using violence, they're using their brain and their cunning to get out of situations and to do things. It's an amazing show. Don't be deterred by me saying it's slower moving and it's not as violent as Breaking Bad. It's okay. Trust me, this is one of the best shows on TV, guaranteed. The writing, the performing, everything is amazing. So, if you're a fan of Breaking Bad and you give this a chance, you won't get the same gratification you got from Breaking Bad, but if you give it a chance, you will get gratification from this show as well. And it does benefit to be binged as opposed to waiting week to week. Because it's such a slow burn, the slow burn doesn't seem as tedious if you watch the episodes in batches of, 3 and 4. Okay? So quick synopsis. Saul is not Saul yet. It's Jimmy McGill. That's his real name. That's who we're dealing with in this show at this point in time. The basic arc of this show is watching Jimmy become Saul. Just like we watch Walter become Heisenberg. The difference is Breaking Bad starts out with Walt going bad, trying to do his best to be his worst, right? Saul, that's what Breaking Bad was. Saul is different. It's the opposite. It's a bad guy, a con man, doing his everything to be good. So it's the worst kind of guy trying to be his best. I love that mirror of Better Call Saul versus Breaking Bad. A lot of fans haven't picked up on that. Like, I wow people a lot with that one. But it's so true. It's Saul is a mirror of Walter White. When I say a mirror, I don't mean an exact copy. I mean the flip, the reverse of Walt. All right. So you have Jimmy, and what happens is he's a con man, and things happen in his life, and he wants to go straight. So he decides to follow in his older brother's footsteps, Chuck. He's also a major character, and become a lawyer like Chuck. Now, he doesn't do it in the most respected way. He does it in the most Saul Goodman way possible, but he does it, and he does it legit. So this season, it's rough to get through a little bit because here you are. You want to see him do these dirty things. You want to see him be the sleazeball Saul Goodman you know and love. But he's trying his hardest, Jimmy, to not be Saul Goodman. And that's what makes the show brilliant in its first season, is you're watching this guy fight it. It reminds me of the Incredible Hulk. How the whole Hulk movie, you want to see the Hulk. You want to see the Hulk. But Bruce Banner does not want to turn into the Hulk. Same thing. Jimmy does not want to become Saul Goodman. But we all, as a fan, want to see Saul Goodman, right? We want to see him take that bad route because it's so much more entertaining than the good route. So the whole first season is really that struggle of Saul trying to make it legit all the while resisting doing it in a con man fashion. So it's a great dynamic of the character, of how he's kind of like Two-Face. You see it. You don't see it visually, but I mean you can see it. The devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. There's certain scenes where you could tell he's thinking about doing the bad thing, but he's fighting with it and still trying to do the good thing. Great, 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 especially when we know where the character ends up in Breaking Bad, right? So, I mean, that's basically it for season 1, is that this is what you follow. Now, there are many different things, lawyer things that he goes through in season 1, and they all push and pull at that, do I do it the right way or the wrong way? You know how he has in Breaking Bad, he has that scale on his desk or behind him on the wall or whatever it is, the law scale. That's Jimmy. That's Saul. One side is doing it the crooked way, one side is doing it the right way, and sometimes this one wins, sometimes this one wins, but it's always that balance and that fight, and him trying to find a balance in between where he can be a successful lawyer but still be true to his skills and who he is. It's an amazingly written show. And the performances, if you didn't know that Bob Odenkirk could do serious, then you really, really, really need to watch this show, because he will blow you away with his drama. He's funny as hell, but he's also a great dramatic actor. All the actors in this show do a fine, fine job. You'll know some of the people too. There's some familiar faces. Not that many, but you'll know some. Alright, so that's it for Saul's journey. That's it for the first season. That's what we go through. Him struggling on being a con man and a lawyer. A legit lawyer. And then we have the flip side. We have Mike Ehrmantraut, Gus's enforcer from Breaking Bad. We get his backstory. Now, he was one of the most intriguing characters to come into Breaking Bad. I don't know about you guys, but every time he was on screen, I was mesmerized. Jonathan Banks, that's the actor, does an amazing job at Mike. And I was always intrigued and always wanted to know his story, how he got there, how he became who he was, because he didn't seem like a villain. He didn't seem like he was a bad guy. He was just doing bad things. He seemed like Walt, like he was in a Breaking Bad situation. And now in season 1 of Better Call Saul, we get to see that, because Mike is like a major character in it. So we get to see his backstory. We get to learn where he got his skills from, why he is the way he is, and why he's where he is when we see him in Breaking Bad, which is another amazing. I don't want to tell you too much about that story, because that's better be left as you watch the show. But it's such a great, great story arc for that character. And you could say it's predictable if you really sat down and thought about it, but it's really not predictable, I don't think, at all. But love all of Mike's stuff in Better Call Saul so far, just like I love everybody's stuff. Everybody from the cast is amazing. When you watch Breaking Bad, there was never an actor or an actress that took you out of a scene, or that made you say, oh, this is unbelievable, or oh, I don't like that actor, or oh, that dialogue sucks. Everybody in every facet of that show nailed it. Better Call Saul is the same thing. It is a near perfect show, and it's one of the best shows on TV, and it upsets me that more people aren't watching it. But more people didn't start watching Breaking Bad till seasons 4 and 5. You know, I was telling people about it in season 1, and they were like, it doesn't sound like something I want to watch. Or I watched 1 or 2 episodes, wasn't for me. Whatever. But some of the best TV I ever seen, some of the best cinema I've ever seen. The writing and stuff beats movies. Just like the acting. Alright, anyway. So, that's basically what you have for Better Call Saul Season 1. You get Mike's backstory, and you get to see Saul start to evolve from a guy that really doesn't want to be bad and really wants to be go the right way, and you really get to see his struggle with that and the push and pull of doing right and doing wrong. Alright, so I said this already, but the performances are amazing. The writing is amazing. I really don't have any... one complaint. One super small complaint. In the flashback scenes they do with Saul, because there's I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a bit of them. There's enough. they use Bob Odenkirk, and some of those scenes, it's obvious he's supposed to be like in his 20s and 30s, and Odenkirk just can't pull it off. And I don't understand why they didn't just go for a younger actor and just dress him up and do him up to be like Saul. They could have went that way. I get that Breaking Bad didn't do that. Any flashbacks they had with Walt or Jesse was those actors playing it. But their flashbacks weren't as far back in the past. It was only a couple of years, their flashbacks. Whereas Jimmy's flashbacks seem to be like, 20 years ago or whatever. So, that's a little troubling to me. But other than that, everything else is great. The show feels like it's an extension of Breaking Bad, which it is. Feels like it's in the same universe, has the same look, the same feel. The characters all mesh and belong together. You can totally imagine Walter White showing up in any scene, any sequence, or Jesse, or Skyler, or any of the characters from Breaking Bad. There are a couple of surprise cameos. I don't want to blow them up for you. But there's one in particular that hardcore Breaking Bad fans are going to love, and it's early on. It's in the second episode. You get to see that cameo, and it's a good one. And then there's a couple of small ones sprinkled out, but it doesn't rely heavy on this is Breaking Bad spinoff, which is a good thing that it doesn't rely heavy on that. And there are many locations that pop up in Breaking Bad. If you have a keen eye like me, or you rewatch and rewatch and rewatch episodes like a madman or madwoman, then you'll notice a lot of locations from Breaking Bad pop up in Better Call Saul. So that's it. That's enough of me gushing. It's an amazing show. Give it a chance. If you love good cinema, you love good TV. If you love movies by like the Coen brothers, David Lynch, even like Scorsese, you have these kinds of vibes in the world of Tarantino, a little maybe, in the world of Breaking Bad and Oliver Stone, where it's a lot of slow burn, a lot of dialogue, a lot of character development, but great writing, great storytelling, and great, amazing characters. So the Breaking Bad Better Call Saul universe to me is amazing. And it just keeps getting better with the more I see. I'm so excited for season 3 to start tomorrow. I'm going to do a season 2 video for you guys tomorrow as well. Just because I'm so hyped to get ready for season 3. So this show, I will give a 4 out of 5 for season 1. Now, the reason why I only give it a 4 out of 5, and I'm saying it's near perfect, is because the first season especially is a really slow burn. It's slower than season 2, we'll say. So, you lose a little bit of points for me for not being a little more fast-paced and a little more exciting. But I'm sure we will get there, as Breaking Bad did start off a little bit on the slower side as well. I have all the faith in the world in Peter Gould and Vince Gilligan. That's the showrunners here. Vince Gilligan was the Breaking Bad creator, and he did an amazing job on that show. And he's doing an amazing job here on Better Call Saul. So if you haven't seen it, definitely start watching it. If you've watched it and you weren't sure, so you fell off, get back on it. And, yeah, man, come watch with me. I'm going to do videos every week for Saul. We'll do theory videos and all that. It's that kind of show, and it's that good, that I will definitely devote my time to doing videos like I do for Walking Dead. So, once again, it's not the most action-packed. It's not the most exciting in terms of adrenaline. But it's a great show, great performances, great writing. I know I said that 1,000 times. I can't stress it enough. 4 out of 5, Better Call Saul. Check it out. Season 3 starts tomorrow, Monday, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on AMC. So definitely check it out. You got any thoughts, opinions on Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, anything I talked about here? Hit up in the comments down below. And I hope I can turn some of you guys into Better Call Saul fans, or around to Better Call Saul fans. All right, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great night, and I will see you next time.